I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for speaking with me. You created just a masterpiece.
Oh, thank
So it's a romance story, but it's two romances in one. Our love for food and our love for each other. What I want to know is you balance both the love of food with these two characters. Can you talk about intertwining both of those stories?
Oh yes, that was the challenge of the movie, because normally in a movie with food, you start very well with the food, and then you forget it because the drama take over. Um, but for me, it was important from the beginning to have the right balance between the love story and a lot of cooking scenes, and that's why. I decided to, I mean, you need to have a clear idea of the fact that um, food and love are the two sources of sensuality in our life. So then I have to create the fusion of these two themes in the scene of the middle in the middle of the movie when Dodin cooked for Eugénie. Here we can see it clearly, and the cut from the pear, the dessert, the pear to the naked body of Eugénie on the bed. This is the moment where the two themes are clearly shown on the screen.
Right. I'm so fascinated by the fact that Eugenie never wanted to marry Dodin at all until he tried the food. What I wanted to know was the food a way of Dodin opening himself up to Eugenie in a way that they never had before?
No, I think that it's a combination of different elements to decide for Eugénie to decide to marry him. I think that the main reason is that she knew that she's going to die, and she would like to give him what he's asking for a very long time, and this is the main reason. But he didn't know that, so he wanted to cook for her, trying the very last time, to convince her by a nice meal for her, and she was touched by it. And but I think that her decision was done before that, and somehow in this love story, she was so caring that somehow she gave him a daughter before going, by promising to Pauline to train her, knowing that she will, she will die soon. And so it's a way to force Dodin to find another cook, to make up with life and to find another cook to train Pauline. And this was something that is quite beautiful in her character.
Now, with that said, do you feel that she will forever live on because there will be apprentice after apprentice learning those meals?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
In terms of the spirit, her spirit will never die because there's an apprentice and then there'll be another apprentice that'll learn those meals and those foods.
You're right. Exactly, you're right. Is this the idea of the transmission? Because when someone learns something from someone else, the day that this person will pass it on to another one, he would say, I learned it from someone. So somehow it revives the memory of someone who has a talent, or who was a good human being. It will live forever by this chain of transmission.
Now, what I love about your directing is that you synchronize the actors' movements with the camera. We're in the room with them, it feels like. Can you talk about the decision behind that?
Oh, yes, it's something that I think that came from from what I like in life, you know, seeing people working. And I also like the fact that um, uh, um, the actors, they have a body that we don't see enough in film. We don't use their body enough. We use their face, we use their voice, but their body not enough, and especially their hands. So for this movie, because it's about cooking, I can, you know, show all this, you know, how they move their body and their hands and all this. And I wanted to create a kind of sense of harmony with all this. And for that, I need to have this very complex um, setting with them moving around freely, and complex camera movements to follow them, you know. And it was quite difficult to achieve, but I think that I I I I I, I did it, you know, somehow.
Yes,
Yes.
you did, you did. Can you talk about working with Chef Pierre to kind of create this 1889 cuisine?
Oh, he's a very gentle man. You know, he's a very kind person. So I think that I'm very lucky to meet with him. And working with him was very simple, because he just cook, so I can see how everything works. And by seeing him cooking, I realized that I didn't need, you know, some specific gesture, you know, some virtuoso, you know, like how you cut things in a very,
Mhm.
you know, specific way. I didn't need it, because I see that he cut things like me, like you know, very normal. And this really gave the spirit of the cooking scenes for the movie, you know.
Right.
And I was, you know, it was something that is uh, quite relieving for me and for the actors to see how he cooked. And then they said that, you know, somehow I can do it, you know. And
Mhm.
that's what they did. And they were amazing, because they wanted to do everything by themselves. Of course,
Mhm.
I cast two people, you know, for their hands, in
Mhm.
case that we have something too dangerous to do with the knife, or with the hot water, with fire, you know. But Benoit and Juliette, they wanted to do everything by themselves.
Oh, and then kind of lastly with that, what I love also is you have the food, but is there a certain camera technique that you use in order to film the cooking sequences that may have been different than filming just regular people on their own?
Oh yes, it's something that, you know, except for the first scene of the first cooking scene, except for that I have to prepare before the shooting. I prepare it with my assistants, and then when we get something that works quite well, then we show it to the actors, and then we start to shoot immediately, you know. You're trying to make everything better, you know, take after take. But for the other scenes of the cooking, I never prepare them. It's something that I would come on the set, the you know, in the morning, and I decide how to to film it, you know, step by step, you know, scene by scene. And it's like improvising every day, and but making it, you know, giving the also the feeling of precision at the end of it, you know. But it's everything was improvised on set.
Hmm. Fascinating. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me and sharing this movie with us, especially in America. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Yes, bye.